When was the last time you see this brand? Yeah, this one. Well, sounds you casually the word Dieselgate. Dieselgate was a corporate fraud scandal involving the automaker Volkswagen, which came to light in September 2015. The case centered around the deliberate manipulation of emission tests for diesel vehicles produced by the company. Volkswagen installed software in approximately 11 diesel vehicles sold worldwide that could detect when the vehicle was undergoing emissions testing. During the test, the software activated emission controls to reduce the level of pollutants, mainly nitrogen oxides, allowing the vehicles to meet strict environmental standards. However, under normal driving conditions, the software desactivated these controls, causing the vehicles to emit up 40 times more nitrogen oxides than legally allowed. The scandal was uncovered by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and the California Air Resources Board. Authorities revealed that Volkswagen had been deceiving regulators for several years. The fraud not only caused environmental damage, but also undermined trust in the automotive industry, resulting in severe legal and financial consequences for Volkswagen. As a result, Volkswagen faced thousands of lawsuits, massive fines exceeding 30 billion, and large-scale vehicle recall. Several top executives, including the CEO Martin Winterkorn, resigned for were formally charged. The scandal also shifted global perceptions for diesel technology and accelerated the move toward electric vehicles. Dieselgate, until this day, is considered one of the largest corporate scandals in recent history. But honestly, the world was shocked. Not only how irresponsible corporations or executives could be in front of the profits. It's one of the most interesting points that we could find here in this case is the biases, the psychological biases that we could find how we make our decisions. I mean, the person, the CEO, Master Wintercourt, surely knows about it, could avoid this problem, could choose prioritize the long term or the short term, but at the end, it's how we make the decisions in our normal life, and how our decisions can affect other people around us. Let me start before with the overconfidence bias. This bias occurs when individuals overestimate their abilities or knowledge, leading to reckless decisions. For example, in the case of Volkswagen, we have built the best cars of the market. Our technology is superior, do not need to worry about those emission tests. Will pass without issue. That is our confidence bias. When we think that our experience or our perspective is going to be superior to the what reality is for us. We have to be realistic at the way to make decisions. We cannot think that our expertise or experience is going to be superior to what reality has to or what it's going to depart to us. Reality changes, always change, and we cannot be overconfident thinking that what happened in the past, the success that we had in the past is going to be repeated again and again and again automatically only for have a good reputation in the market. Next confirmation bias I wanted to talk to you it's the tendency to seek out or interpret information that confirms others' preconceptions. For example, one engineer surely thought the emission levels don't match the expected results. Should we look into this? And the other engineer said, no need, the software is working as planned. Let's not dig any deeper. That's a good example of confirmation bias. The way that, for example, instead of investigating red flags, Volkswagen engineers choose to ignore evidence that contradicted their belief that the cheat device was foolproof, confirming their assumption was that everything was under control. It's like, for example, it's like has a mask which always makes you watch everything like it's going like color pink and flowers, when actually reality is that it's not. Confirmation bias is an illusion from us to, to try to embrace a reality that makes you feel that everything is fine, going on, and safe. But the reality is different from the fact to the to to what we were thinking. There is much different. We have to always open the mind and see what is real. We cannot only think in what we think that is confirmed. We have to dig in more. Have to see beyond. That's how the world works. Something more I wanted to talk to you it was about groupthink. This occurs when a group's desire for harmony and conformity leads to poor decision making. For example, when we have a problem and that problem has surely many solutions and we don't know which one is much better than the other one, we have to make a decision. But we don't know what's the right, what is the best option for us. Somebody could tell you, you have to simplify yourself. And yeah, it's important to simplify it. It's important to delay the options that are not necessary and choose the last least, well, the last options that are necessary. For example, let's see, the most important options that we can find, those are three or two. We have to simplify us, but as long as it enables, let us in the field of mediocrity, because you have to prioritize not only the short term, long term is what is going to define the success of our company. And that's something that every CEO has to take in mind. For example, in the case of Volkswagen, uh, surely a member of the board of Volkswagen surely thought we could face massive fines if we're caught. Are we sure this is the right path? And the other member said, everyone here agrees. We have come this far together. Let's stick to the plan. Rather than challenge the questionable decisions that Volkswagen team fell into groupthink, silencing the same and moving forward with the deceptive strategy. Another important fact I wanted to talk to you it was moral licensing. Yeah, it is a phenomenon where past good deeds or ethical behavior give individuals or organizations the permission to behave unethically in the future. For example, surely an executive of Volkswagen said, we have made so many eco-friendly cars in the past. What's a little manipulation now which kept us ahead? Well, the reality is that Volkswagen actually invested heavily in green marketing, leading them to justify their illegal behavior, believing that their previous contributions to eco-friendly vehicles offset their current wrongdoing. But actually, honestly, is that sometimes we think that the good things we have done in the past, in the present, will make us immune to future mistakes we make in the future. But this is far from reality. It's like, let's say, the good things that I've done in the past justifies that today maybe I treat my friends, and it's not like that. It's one of the most terrible ways to think that we could ever have, and we cannot think about it or commit this mistake. Last but not least, I wanted to talk to you about anchoring effect. When people rely too heavily on the first piece of information they receive when making decisions. Well, let's think about regulator. Yeah, this regulator thinks or say, we are running preliminary tests on your vehicles. The numbers seem off, but we have seen other variations before. And the Volkswagen representative magically said, exactly, variations are common. No need for further scrutiny. Yeah, and after we think that maybe the Volkswagen team used the initial leniency shown by regulators to downplay concerns, anchoring to the dialogue around the assumption that any irregularities were insignificant, which delayed further investigations. A more simply example. Let's say that you go to the shop, you want to buy a new TV, and but first you watch a TV of $2,000. You see, it's a good example. It's a good model of TV, but after you go far away, and you find another TV of maybe $500. It's cheaper, and it has the same details of the first model that you saw, but due to the anchoring effect, you already make your decision and you want to buy the $2,000 TV, thinking that it's superior than the TV of $500 because of its price. That's the anchoring effect. When despite our logic said that there is better options, we think in the first example, the first thing or the first good impression that we got. Applying in the business, we cannot downplay or do not give importance to the small details. Everything is an account. To summarize, the Volkswagen Dieselgate scandal wasn't just about emissions. It was a cautionary tale of how cognitive biases like overconfidence, confirmation biases, groupthink, moral licensing, and the anchoring effect can lead us to catastrophic decisions. Understanding these biases help us to see how even the most successful organizations can fail when critical thinking is replaced by flawed judgment. Of course, but always, we will never forget the lesson that it gives us Volkswagen. Let's learn from the past and avoid repeating the same mistakes of the past. Thank you.